Hello there, ukulele class, wherever you might be tonight. So this would have technically been the last class of classes on Wednesday at Westminster. So in order to just keep going with it, this is the last video that I'm gonna put out there for classes on Wednesday. If you want to pursue the ukulele further, I am available for private Skype and private FaceTime lessons. So just putting that out there. There's no pressure, obviously. But if you're like, well, 5 weeks wasn't quite enough, I think I would like to maybe have some more, then I'm, perfectly happy to give you a lesson or two or however many just to continue on with learning. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're just going to do some review. So let's just make sure we're in tune again. My dog has fleas. Okay. So, last week you guys worked on Happy Birthday. So, and I gave you a couple of different ways to go about and strum that for me. So, let's start with the easy way first. So we're starting on a C chord. Happy birthday to, and then we're going to move down to G7. Okay, this is what G7 looks like again. You. Happy, strum it again. Birthday, back to C. To you. Okay, and then happy birthday, dear. And then you're going to move to an F chord. So as you can see, there's F. Someone happy. Go to C. Birthday. Back to G7. 2. Move up to C. You. So if we were actually in class, that's where I would start you all with. Okay, that's where I'd start you with, and then I would move on to strum the chords more, like so. So not the 3 and then switch, but just adding an extra chord in there like this. Happy, start on C. Happy birthday to, move to G7. You. Happy birthday to you. Okay, I already made a mistake. I already said not 3. But happy birthday, dear. It's twice on someone. Someone. Happy, back to C. Birth, and on day. Day, and G7. 2, back to C. You. Okay, now at this point, what I would be doing is going 3 and then switch. So this is where I would be trying to get everybody tonight. If I was actually physically there, I would be trying to get everybody to strum 3 times on a chord and then switch like this. 1, 2, 3. Move your fingers down to G7, switch, and then 1, 2, 3. Lift up, move your finger up, switch. And then 1, 2, 3, move it to F, switch, and then 1, 2, just 2 on that F, and then C, and then G7, and then back to C. Okay, so that's what I would have been writing on the board. Now, I haven't sent that actually written out, but I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to send that out so you could actually physically see what it looks like, the final strumming that you would want to do for that. So I'm going to do it again slowly one more time, just explain what it is that we're doing, and then I'm going to do it one more time without any explanation the whole way through. So that way you have a couple of different options to practice. Now, if you're still here, happy birthday to you. That's fine. That's really fine. There's no reason why, there's no good reason if you feel excuse me, like you can't move forward, then, then just stay there, but keep trying. It's always good to keep trying. So again, I'm going to do the 3-strum pattern and then the switch like this. So we're starting again on a C chord. Happy birthday to, switch to G7, scoot it down, put your fingers in position. You, strum 3 times. Happy birthday to, go to C, U, 3 times here. Happy birthday, dear. And then go to F, twice here. Someone. 1 time. Happy. And then birthday. Strum twice on birthday. And then switch to, and then 1 time. You. Okay? So listen as I do the whole thing. I'm going to actually move this up so you could see my fingers, so you could watch them switch while I do it. Okay? 3 times on C, then switch. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear someone. Happy birthday to you. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch to F. And then 1, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Okay? Now, let's talk about the strumming hand. Okay? So we have talked about this. I, again, like to use my thumb. It's all downs. Just a nice, simple down pattern. And then, again, I think my pick was taken somewhere else from me. So let me just grab one really quick so you could actually see what this looks like with a pick. Hold on. Alright, here we go. I've got one here. Alright, so again, 1, 2, 3. Gotta remember to make a fist. And then switch. I'm not used to making a fist. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. And then 1, 2, and then C, 2, G7, and then back to C. Okay? Watch, I'm strumming in front of the sound hole. Okay? I'm not here. I'm not back here. Okay? Normally my ukulele would be right here, but of course, because I need to face you, I'm holding it up so you could see it. Okay? That's the nice thing about this instrument. If it was a guitar or something bigger, I would have to kind of maneuver my way around that. Okay? So, again, practice where you are. I can't really stress that enough when it comes to any instrument. Practice where you are. Where you feel like you are totally comfortable, then that's the point where you move on to the next part. So that's when you start putting in 2 strums instead of just 1 strum. So again, if you're just still at the 1 strum, don't worry about it. That's okay. Just practice it until you get comfortable and then add an extra strum. And then when you get comfortable with the extra strum, go on and start strumming the 3 strum and switch. Okay? So that's happy birthday. Last week I gave you an exercise strumming up and down. Okay? And we talked a lot about that. We talked about we talked about the thumb, we talked about the forearm being more aggressive on the down and then the up being more of a wrist. Okay, we also talked about how when you come back up, you don't even really have to hit all 4 strings. You just hit the first 3, that's enough, okay? And then I think that's when I brought the pick back in, just so you could see. Okay, so yeah, a couple different things on that. Wish I had my notes in front of me for that, but that's okay. So this, I did this so you guys could get used to what I'm gonna go over in this lesson today, which is the island strum. So I'm gonna break that down for you in really specific parts today. So if I was there in the class, we would be doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, and then we go to G7. Down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, and then again 2, 3, and up, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I believe I had to do this too. Down, 2, up, 2. Down, 2, up, 2, G7. Down, 2, up, 2. Down, 2, up, 2. So we would be doing that, and then the next thing that we would be doing down, up, down, up. Okay, so we wouldn't have any number in between. That's why I wanted you to count a number in between, so that you could get used to how that strumming hand feels, okay, when you're doing this. So, since I'm not there, I'm just gonna go really quickly through that, okay? So you can practice along. So we're just gonna strum and just for one time and then go automatically up, like down, up. We'll go slow though. Down, up. Again on C, down, up. One more time. Down, up, and then go to G7, down, up, down, up, again G7, down, up, one more time, down, up, okay? So you can practice that first. Get used to that feeling of moving between your down and up at that speed. So don't feel like you have to go. If you're ready for it, though, great. If you're ready to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. If you're ready for that, then that's where the island strum is going to come in. So I'm going to show it to you and explain. I'm going to break it down really quickly. I'm going to break it down, not really quickly, but I'm going to break it down and show it to you actually kind of slow. So we're going to spend a decent amount of time on this so you guys can understand what that is. So first of all, let me show it to you and explain what it is. So as you can see on my notes here, ukulele island strum, you have down and then down up, and then you'll notice that there's a down, sorry, hit my computer. You'll notice that there's a down in parentheses. What that means is that's an implied down. Implied strumming means that you make the motion, but you don't hit the strings. So you're still strumming down there, but you're not actually going to hit any of the strings in the ukulele. And then up, down. So down, down, up, and then up, down. So that's the strum. Watch my hand. Watch my hand. I'm going to do this without a ukulele so you can actually see it. Down, down, up. Did you see that? That was my implied down. I had to go there in order to get to the up, down, okay? So many times I see this. Down, down, up, down. I see a pause. It shouldn't be there. It should be just kind of a natural thing. Down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, implied up, down. Down, down, up, implied up, down. Now, let's take away this tie and just practice doing the basic before we even put it in. Down, down, up, down, down. Okay? I'm going to do it again slowly. So I'm not even going to play my ukulele. I'm just getting my hand ready to make this motion right now. Down, down, up, down, down. I'm going to do it again. Down, down, up, down, up, down. So you're going to start on a down and you're going to end on a down, and you have 2 down ups in the middle. Okay? Now, this is where I'm going to show it to you. Okay? I'm not going to even play it on a chord right now. I'm just going to show it to you. Okay? Watch my hand. Down, down, up, down, up, down. I'm going to do it again, even slower. Down, down, up, down, up, down. So, this is what I want you to do. I want you to do this, and I want you to count 4 beats in between, like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, ready, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down. Again. 1, 2, 3, go. Down, down, up, down, up, down. Now we're going to try it on a chord. We'll try it on the C chord because the C chord is probably the one that's, kind of the easiest to grasp right now. So, again, you're going to go like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down. Count. 1, 2, 3. Again. Down, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3. Again. Down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? Keep doing that until you feel comfortable. Once you feel comfortable, then take away 2 counts and just count to 2 like this. Okay? Still go with the same speed though. I want you to feel comfortable with the speed. So you're still going to go like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2. Down, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2. Down, down, up, down, up, down. I want you to notice something on the first down and the last down. I'm pausing. I'm not going through my down ups very fast. So give yourself that kind of 1 second of pause, okay, to get into the down ups. So do that. And if that's where you land, that's fine. Now, if you're already doing this, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. If you already feel good about that, and you're totally comfortable, and you don't need any counts in between, and you are already starting to feel it, this is where your island strum comes in. You're going to take away the down in the middle. Okay, so you down, down, up, down. Okay, but remember, it's implied. So let's go back to here, then practice it again. Down, down, up, implied. Up, down. Down, down, up, implied. Up, down. Okay, don't say implied because, to be honest, you're probably not going to get to where you need to be on that. But think it in your head. That's always a good thing. So again, I'm not even going to do this on a chord right now. I'm not going to do it on a chord. I'm just going to play open strings. Okay, watch my hand. Watch it for that implied down in the middle. Down, down, up, down. Did you catch it? I'm going to do it again. I'll go even slower. Down, down, up, down. So when I make a face, that's when that ghost down strum is. You see my hand? It's going the motion, but it's not touching the string. Okay? That's what needs to happen with this island strum. Now I'm going to do it again. No chord this time again. Down, down, up, ghost, up, down. So you can say ghost. I think ghost is probably easier to say as a 1-syllable word than implied. So you can say that. Now, I'm going to do it again on a C chord. Okay? Watch my hand again. Okay? We don't need to watch this because we already know what chord. But watch this one. Down, down, up, down. Okay? Now, if you feel like you got it, count to 4 in between each strum like this. Down, down, up, ghost, up, down. 1, 2, Ready, again. Down, down, up, ghost, up, down, okay? And keep doing that. And you can switch chords. I'm fine with that. I'm not right now. But you could go to G7, you can go to F, whatever chord that you feel like you know or want to do, go for it. If you start feeling good about that and you feel like you can move on, then again, just take away a couple notes, take away 3 and 4. So you're doing this, down, down, up, ghost, up, down. 1, 2. I'm going to switch to G7. Down, down, up, ghost, up, down. So watch my thumb. It comes around, but it does not strum the strings. That's so, so, so important to do when you're doing this strumming pattern. Okay? Make the motion, but don't strum the strings. You can do it with a pick too. I'll show you with a pick. Okay? So here's your pick. Remember how you're holding it. Okay, with your thumb like that. Okay, I'm always not very comfortable making a fist this way. So I usually have my hands down, but I kind of want to see you to focus more on the pick than what my hands are doing. So, in fact, I'll move it a little closer. Down, down, up, ghost, up, down, 1, 2, G7, down, down, up, ghost, up, down. Okay, so you could do this with a pick too if you feel like you want to do it with your fingers like this. Down, down, up. Look, there's the ghost. Up, down. 1, 2, down, down, up, ghost, up, down. You could do that as well. Okay, that's another option. So remember, your strumming hand has many different options. Many different things that you could choose from. Okay, so that's your island strum. So, jumping ahead from that, you guys start with this. Down, down, up, down, up, down. And then eventually take that middle one away. Down, down, up, ghost, up, down. If you're already feeling like, yeah, I can do this without even counting in the middle, then here's what I want you to do. I want you to do it twice on C and twice on G7. You're going to go a little faster, like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, and then G7. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. And then you're going to repeat, okay? Go back to C. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, ghost, up, down, and then go to G7. Down, down, up, ghost, up, down, 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 up, ghost, up, down. And the ghost is so quick, okay? It's so quick when you do it, but that's what gives that strum pattern that particular rhythm. So it's important that you do, okay? Stay here if you need to. Down, down, up, down, down, okay? Stay there if you need to. There's no law that says that you have to be able to do this right away that fast. If you already are there, great. If not, that is perfectly okay. Okay, don't worry about it. I'm just showing you kind of different levels of where I think some people were. I mean, that's kind of the unfortunate thing about it being, cut off like this in the middle, because by this time I definitely would have known who was where in terms of playing. And then, of course, I could have just modified, like I'm trying to do to everybody individually, and, met them where they're at. But unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of doing that. So I just, I'm just doing the best I can with what I remember your different levels being, because it's already been 3 weeks. So that's your island strum, okay? So far, we learned Happy Birthday. We learned our finger exercise, which I didn't go over. But again, just use it as a warm up. You can just 2, 3, 4. I'll just go through it really quickly here, even though our fingers are already pretty much warmed up. But just so you remember. Whoops. See? Not even I make mistakes. And then if you feel good, go backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1, next string, 4, 3, 2, 1, next string, 4, 3, 2, 1, last string, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Again, you want to do that as a warm-up. Get your fingers used to being on the fretboard, develop those calluses, okay? Get used to playing in the position that you're going to be playing, because it's always good to get that extra thing. So we've gone over that. We've gone over the island strum that I just spent, like a good 15 minutes on. I wanted to leave you with another song. Even though a lot of you may still be working on Happy Birthday, and that's perfectly okay if you are. For those of you who are like, well, I'd kind of like to have one more thing to practice, then I'm going to get you started on this one. So the one that I sent out to Trisha, and all of you, I think I actually included everyone who might have been on that email string. There are a couple of emails that came back to me, so maybe Trisha has another contact for the ones that came back, and if not, then hopefully they'll find this somehow. So the second song is Let It Be. Now, Let It Be has a couple of chords that we've not seen, so I'm going to go over the chords first, okay? So the first chord we have seen, it's a C, okay? The second chord we've also seen that I'm going to go over, it's F, okay? So this is how you make an F, okay? Now, a G chord. We know how to make G7, but we don't know how to make G. So I'm going to go over how to make a G chord. So you're going to take your first finger, you're going to place it on the second fret of the C chord, okay? And then what I would do to get used to this first, before I make full G, I would take my ring finger and I would place it on the third fret of the E, and then just strum that. Okay, just strum the first 3 strings. Just strum the G, the C, and the E. Okay, once you get used to being in this position, okay, because for some reason this is a tricky position for people. I shouldn't say for some reason. It's just a tricky position. I don't think there is a reason. It's just some people get it, some people don't. So, and it's hard sometimes to make a full G chord if you're not used to bending your fingers this way. So this is like kind of the position that I would be in first. If this feels comfortable, then you're going to take this middle finger, the second finger, and you're going to scoot it back so it's on the second fret of the A string, okay? That's a full G chord, but take that off if that feels weird, okay? If that feels icky, then just leave it off and then just place your first and your third finger. But if that feels okay, push it back, okay, on the second fret of the A string, and then you have a full G chord, okay? Alright, so next chord, A minor. A minor is probably the second easiest chord next to C because it's just one finger, and all you're going to do, so again, we're trying to mind the rule of fret and finger matching. So you're going to take your second finger and you're going to place it on the second fret of the G, and that's the only finger that you need for A minor, okay? There's A minor. Okay, so no other fingers needed, just that second one on that second fret of the A string. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. We're going to go over all the chords needed for the first line, and then we're going to go over the other 2 chords that we have not learned. Okay, so I'm going to give you the first line because for some people this might be enough. Okay, this might be enough. So let's go over the chords on that first line. So we have C, okay? And then here's what you could do. We've talked about guide fingers and things like that. So guide your third finger over a fret and then place your second finger to go on the second fret of the C. And then again, if you're comfortable, tuck that middle finger behind so it's on the second fret of the A string. That's your G chord. Not G7. You can use G7, but it isn't going to sound quite the same. So, G7, okay. There's no guide here from G7 to A minor, so just make the shift. So you're here, so lift, make the shift. Again, don't lift your fingers all the way this way, okay? Look how close they are to the neck, okay? Look how I move them, okay? So I move my first finger back and I move my second finger up. Okay, watch it again. First finger goes back, second finger goes up. And then I place it on the second fret of the G, that's A minor. Now, here's something that's cool that I want you to notice because it's in the song. You're going to see this a lot in ukulele with other songs too, so be mindful. We had guide fingers, now we have something called an anchor finger. So the anchor finger is a finger that stays on the same string and the same fret between two chords. So I'll say that again. It's a finger that stays on the same string and the same fret, okay, it's on the second fret between two chords. So what two chords? A minor to F. So you're not going to move this second finger. I want you to practice not moving this, okay? When you move from A minor to F, keep it on there, okay? And then place your first finger back to the second fret of the E string so it's on there. And then F. So you can even practice this. A minor, lift it off. F, put it on. Okay? A minor, lift it off. F, put it on. Okay? Practice holding that second finger down. That's why sometimes it's so important to make sure that you use the same finger on the same fret because it's constantly guiding or anchoring you between other chords or between two chords, okay? This doesn't always happen, but you'll see it more often than not. That's what happens. Okay, so we have our chords. We have C, G, A minor, F. The first line, you're going to strum each chord 2 times, all on a down strum. Okay, we're not going to worry about up strums on this. It moves too fast for it, and it's supposed to be played on piano, so this is probably the easiest kind of approximation of what this would sound like. So we're going to start on a C. We're going to strum twice. 2. Okay. Guide that over. Put the first finger down. Again, if you can get the second finger, get there. The second fret of the A. We're going to make a G chord. Strum it twice. Okay. And then move this first finger back and the second finger up, A minor twice. Keep that second finger down. I can't stress this enough. Go to the first fret on the E string, strum it twice. Okay? So I'm going to do it a little faster for those of you who feel like they can go faster. Okay, I'm not going to stop so much to explain where your fingers are going, but I do expect you to watch, so I'll get a little closer. Okay, so here's C. Here's G. Here's A minor. Move that first finger back. Here's F. Okay, I'm strumming twice on each chord. Okay, now, if you were going to sing this, this is what it would sound like. So you're going to start the phrase first before you play. So this is, in music, we call this like phrase heavy or top heavy phrasing, just so you know, meaning that the verse part actually starts before the music starts. So this is what it sounds like. Try and sing without warming up too much, but when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Okay? So, for some of you, you'd be like, okay, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to sing. Some of you would be like, no. Okay. For those of you that get to that point where the switching between the chords feels good, I will try to tell you what words right now that you're switching. So, I do know you're going to start on times. Fine. When I find myself, and then strum on the self. When I find myself in, then you're going to go on times. Times of, and then trouble. Trouble. And then Mother Mary. You're also going to strum on the re of Mary. Mother Mary. And then on comes. Comes to, and me. Me. Okay? So if you want to take that paper that I sent you and highlight those words and be like, okay, that's where we're switching, do it. Okay, I'm gonna go through that one more time. So you're gonna start on find. When I find my, and then self, in, on times, go to G, times of, on trouble, and then go to mother, mare, on re, and then on comes to, and me. Okay? I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again faster. Okay, without stopping, so you could actually hear it. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Okay? Okay, so for some of you, just stay there. Just stay there on that first line. It's okay. Some of you are going to stay there and not sing it at all, and that's totally okay as well. For those of you that are ready to move on, let's move on. Okay, so I'm going to show you the two chords first that are unfamiliar, that we don't know, because we haven't made chords like this before. And I want to make sure that we all understand where the fingers go. Okay, so the first chord is an E minor. So you're going to take your first finger, you're going to place it here, okay, on the second fret of the A string, and then on the third fret, okay, so we're going a little bit out of position here. On the third fret of the E string, place your second finger, and then you're going to loop that ring finger, that third finger, all the way down to the fourth fret of the C string. So it's almost like you have a little diagonal shape coming down, okay? That's E minor. Okay, so that's E minor. Go ahead and strum it. Get familiar with it. Make sure, always arch your fingers up. I can't stress it enough. If you can't stick that finger through, you're not arching high enough. Okay? Again, too, always good practice to try and get those fingernails pointing down toward your sound hole, okay? If they're like this, if your fingers are pointing towards your face, on the ukulele, sometimes you can get a good sound, but a lot of times it's going to make your hand go back. So again, arch and point down. Okay, that's E minor. All right, let me show you D minor. So D minor, you're going to take your first finger. You're going to place it on the first fret of the, sorry, I think my dog was snoring. Okay, anyway, you're going to place it on the first fret of the E string, and then you're going to loop this over just like an F chord, okay? In fact, let's make the F chord first, okay? You're going to loop that second finger over so it's on the second fret of the G, and then if you can, tuck this ring finger behind on the second fret of the C string, okay? So make an F chord first. That would be what I would do. And then see if you can't tuck that third finger, that ring finger, right behind your second finger on the second fret of the C, D minor. Go ahead and strum that a couple times just to get used to what it is. So D minor. Again, your fingers are arched. I can stick a finger through it mostly. Fingernails are pointing down. All strings are ringing out. That's also something you could do with chord check, okay? That is called a chord check. So you can actually check and see, with these chords. Whoops, wrong. Okay? Check your strings one at a time. If they're all ringing out, that's great. You don't have to make any adjustments. If something is not ringing out, then you have to adjust that finger. So for example, if I'm making a D minor, and my top string here, my A just isn't quite ringing out, that means that my first finger is too far back, so I need to move it up. Okay, so that's an example of a chord check or a string check. So check each individual string, and you'll be able to hopefully get your fingers in the position that they need to go. So, okay, so those are the two chords that come in the second line. So good news, bad news. We only play these once. That's the good news. The bad news is that we only strum them one time, and there's no real good guide or real good anchor between the two, and they move very fast. So that might be something that you just need to work on with your hands. So I'm going to go through line 2 right now, okay? It starts exactly the same as line 1. So you're going to strum twice on C. 1, 2, guide that finger over, put your first finger down, second finger right behind, okay, on the second fret of the A, strum G twice, 2, and then you're going to come to F, and you're going to hold it for 2 counts, like this. Hold, 2, okay, so I'm going to go up to there again, okay, here's C, 1, 2, move it over, G, 1, 2, okay, now how to move from here to here. What I would do is I would make it like I'm going to that A minor. So I would again move my second finger up, my first finger back, and just have them be in position. Again, don't move your hands like this, okay? You move your hands like that, you're just wasting seconds of time. You can't get to where it needs to be quickly enough. So let's go back. So C twice. Okay, move it over to G. Watch my fingers and move to the second finger first and then the first finger second. I know, confusing. And then hold. Hold, 2. Now here we're going to go to E minor, okay? So again, there's no real good guide or real good anchor finger to move between an F and an E minor. So honestly, you're going to want to just stop and put your fingers in position first before you even play, okay? And then you might even just want to practice going like this and then moving to where they need to go. So, okay, you're just going to hold that E minor. And then what I would do for this is there's still really no good guide or good anchor finger, but I would move my first finger first, okay, from E minor to D minor. E minor, remember, looks like this. Second fret on the A, third fret on the E, and then fourth fret on the C. That's E minor. Good. I would move my first finger, and then I would make an F chord, and then I would put my third finger on last. So first finger, second finger, and then third finger. So make an F chord, and then add the third finger on the second fret of your C string for D minor. Strum, and then you're going to go to a C chord. Hold, 2. Okay? Now, when I play this, I'm going to play this once all the way the second line, so you can actually see that I don't hold on that E minor or G minor that long. I'm doing it now to show you how to move, but when you're playing this song, I don't really do that. So I'm going to do it without singing so you can see it. So we start on a C, C, 2, G, 2, F, E, D minor, C. You see how quickly I had to move? I'm going to do it again. F, E minor, D minor. Okay? That's really quick. Okay? I don't expect anybody really to be able to move that quickly from F to E minor at this point, because it's kind of an awkward transition. So best practice for this, honestly, would be just to go F and then try practice shifting your hands from E minor and then D minor and then C. And don't worry about how long it takes. Don't worry about it. It really doesn't really matter. Because eventually, your hands will be able to do. And maybe not even perfectly. That wasn't even that good. I'll try it again. Yeah, that's better. Better when I actually focus. I'm going to go ahead and sing it, and then I'm going to tell you where you switch. The other good news about this is when you get to the F, you're done with the singing, so you don't have to worry about where they actually switch, because you're singing the word B, basically, for that whole time. You're going to start whisper, and then on words of, go to wisdom, wisdom, and then you're going to strum in between. Let it be. E minor, C. Okay, I'm going to do that again. So you're going to start on whisper. Whisper on words, words of, and then G, wisdom, strum in between. Let it be. Okay, that's the second line. Some of you are just like, no. I can already tell. Like, this is like too advanced from, I can't even like get to the second strum on Happy Birthday yet. That's okay. I promise, that's okay. So let's talk about how to practice this then. That's why I kind of divided it into 2 lines. So the first line is for you to do if you're still kind of working on getting the chords for Happy Birthday and getting the strums, and you're still there, which again is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And even if you have to count like 1, 2, ready, switch to G, 1, 2, ready, switch to A minor, 1, 2, keep the finger down though, ready, switch, put it down to F. Okay, if that's what you are doing right now to practice this, that's great, okay? I just kind of wanted to give you, again, different levels, because if I were actually teaching this class with you right now face to face, this is, that's what I would do. I would start with the first line, and then I would actually go around and see who is ready to get to the second line, okay? I might have taught all the chords, because I feel like having a lot of chord knowledge with any string instrument right off the bat is pretty good, because it helps us to recall what those chords are when we see them in other pieces of music. So a lot of times when I'm teaching private lessons, like I'll just maybe spend like maybe I don't know, like a 5-10 minutes of the lesson just, hey, let's practice strumming this chord, let's practice strumming that chord, and then just moving back and forth between the 2 chords so we can, figure out, just like A minor to F, what's a guide or what's an anchor finger, or how do we guide our fingers from C to G or C to G7, okay? So I do that a lot, because doing that kind of nuts and bolts type thing is really helpful when you do come across a song and you see this and you say, okay, well, my hands already kind of know what they're going to do, so I don't really have to worry about the fretting hand. Now let's just worry about the strumming hand. And you'll notice I've picked 2 songs that don't necessarily have very complicated strumming patterns for a reason, because, again, I always feel like it's better to have a baseline knowledge of chords than to practice these fancy strumming techniques, but then not be able to switch back and forth between more than a couple of chords at a time, because then it's just like, well, you're still going to have to take a lot of time to play the song, and it's not going to sound exactly rhythmically right. So I'd rather develop the chords up here than worry about the strumming down here. So I'm going to go through both lines so you could actually hear it and see it. For those of you who feel like they could actually go through this verse. So, starting on a C. When I find myself in, go to G, times of trouble, go to A minor, Mother Mary, hold that finger down, go to F, comes to me, go to C, speaking words of, go to G, wisdom, in between, let it be, E minor, G minor, C. Okay, don't forget to go to F. I forgot to say that too. Okay, I'm going to do it again without stopping. Okay, without stopping to explain. But again, I want you to watch my fretting hand. Watch how close I keep these fingers on the neck. Okay, watch that. That's so important. I know I keep saying that, but really, until you get into that habit of keeping your fingers close to your neck, switching between chords is always going to be kind of hard, okay, until we can get into that habit, okay? So watch. So I'm going to do it. I'm not going to stop and say what chord. I'm just going to sing, okay? Even though I totally just want to tell you all the time that I got to shut teacher mode off for a second. So just watch my hands. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And then it repeats. And in my time of night, and then it just goes on. Okay, that's your verse. That's all I would have time to show you if I was actually teaching this class face to face. So I wouldn't have time to go on and show you the chorus part, the let it be part. So that's where this comes in right now. If you're interested in furthering on your ukulele knowledge, again, I am available for Skype and FaceTime lessons right now. When we finally do get out of quarantine, I will definitely be available for private lessons should they start letting us see people again face to face. And I would probably have to get closer than 6 feet to you to help you with your fingers and stuff. So just like if we ever get back to that kind of normal, I would be available. So if you're interested, I think I did send an email out to Trisha about it. My email is JRM, again, that's Julie Rachel Myers, 610 at gmail.com. So if you are interested in pursuing this, because again, this would have been the last class on Wednesday class for, the time being. Although I think I do remember last year they did extend it for like another 2 weeks or something like that. But either way, this would be the last class until I'm further, otherwise notified, but I'm just guessing right now. So if you're interested, email me. Like I said, I can set up private instruction, and we could go from there. If you have any questions, of course, please, email me feedback. Email Trisha; she'll send it to me. So I hope you guys stay safe. I hope I can actually see you next year face to face for 5 whole weeks. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will hopefully see you soon. Thank you.